Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan has done it again. He's done it again. He said more stupid shit. Tony Khan is interested in signing the Bella Twins to AEW. Now, we heard a while back that the Bella Twins, or the Garcia Twins that they're known as now, were interested in joining AEW, but now Tony Khan is interested in signing them to AEW, and we'll get into that in a minute. But first, I need to do some self-promotion, man. You know what I mean? I don't like doing the self-promotion at the start, but I've got to do it at the same time. I feel like it's very patronising to the audience, because you know how YouTube works, but I've still got to do it. So if you want to support the channel, man, if you want to help me rise to the rankings, then you need to do. There's a few things you can do. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe if you're new. You can become a member for $4.99. See what exclusive perks you can get. You can share my video around if you like, and that's really about it. Now, see, don't take 2 minutes to promote. Few seconds. So let's get into this Tony Khan Bella Twin stuff. So Tony has said that he sees the Garcia Twins as part of the AEW family already, because one of them is married to Bryan Danielson, and he's open in welcoming them to AEW. Them doing this would be a full-on TNA move, like 2009 TNA move. It would be really fucking stupid, but really funny for me. AEW fans will go from hating the Bellas to loving them. I think some people will be turned off, go away. I mean, they'll lose more viewers. But who are we to tell Tony Khan what to do? Who are we? We're just fans. We don't know. We don't work in the wrestling business. But it's very clear that we can tell that if Tony Khan decides to sign the Garcia Twins, it will be a very bad decision for the company. I can't stand them. They are attention whores. I don't like them. They love the attention. They love publicity. And I mean, who's next? John Laurinaitis? Are they going to sign Johnny Ace? Probably. But Tony Khan's just a fucking idiot. He's willing to sign anyone. Apparently he's signing the Motor City Machine Guns. Do AEW need the Motor City Machine Guns? Absolutely not. AEW don't need the Motor City Machine Guns. They don't need the Garcia Twins. They don't need any more signings. They don't. What they need is they need to focus on who they already have. Focus on their television program. Who is on their show? Focus on those people. But they don't. Tony's like, oh, we've got new signings, and those new signings will be great for the company. Everything is great. The CM Punk footage we showed, it was great. The ratings were great. Everything's just fucking great. When it isn't. I can't wait for these ratings to come out later today. I can't wait for these ratings. I probably won't be doing a ratings video tomorrow because my internet's getting upgraded tomorrow, so I probably won't have any Wi-Fi for 24 hours. It's usually the case. At 24 hours, it turns on with my new internet because I desperately need new internet. Now that we've finished talking about Tony Khan, let's talk about Nyla Rose. So I don't know how to talk about this really. So the state of Oklahoma has warned AEW that they should not use a transgender wrestler on their television program. Now, on one hand, I get it, because in legitimate sports, biological men should not participate in women's sports. I don't care how many hormone things you've had. At the end of the day, bone structure alone gives men an athletic advantage against women. Okay? That's not hard to grasp. But, and there's a but, professional wrestling is not a legitimate sport. And I don't want to say it, but I think the state of Oklahoma are wrong on this occasion. Now, in one way, I want to back them for my own biases, my own feelings about that kind of thing. However, if I take my own biases and my own beliefs out of the equation, AEW can use Nyla Rose in the women's division. Technically, it's not a legitimate sport. If it was a legitimate sport, I would be back in the state of Oklahoma no matter what, because biological men should not be competing in women's sports. But if I take my biases out of the equation, there's not really much I can do to defend the state of Oklahoma, because it is a scripted sport. Now, on one hand, you can say Nyla Rose could injure one of the women, but I mean, that's by the by. I don't like intergender matches anyway. I think it's stupid. I think it's ridiculous. I think it makes a joke out of the wrestling business. But when we talk about this sort of subject, and I take my own biases out of the equation, AEW kind of in the right here, and it pains me to say that as well because of my own beliefs, my own biases. But I'm trying to take that out of the equation so I can give a fair thought on this, a fair take. I'm trying to give a fair take, and that's my fair take. And obviously, you've got all these virtue signalers saying that, oh, they should put Nyla Rose in the main event the next time they go to Oklahoma. No. Why do you need to do all that shit? At the end of the day, they believe what they're doing is right because they don't understand wrestling, and they see wrestling as a sport, even though it's not. However, AEW have said that they want to be sports-based presentation, and if they want to be sports-based presentation, then Nyla Rose shouldn't be in the women's division. That's a fact. That's just life. So they need to make their minds up. Either they are sports-based presentation, or they're not. And if they are, Nyla Rose can't be in the women's division. If they're not, then, I mean, do whatever, because as long as it ain't happening on WWE, which it never fucking will, I'm happy. And finally, Nick Khan has pissed me off. Yeah, that's right, Nick Khan, the CEO of WWE, one of the saviours of professional wrestling. I'll give him tons of credit, but he has pissed me off today, because Nick Khan has said that SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania will only take place in the United States and Canada for the foreseeable future. Now, I have a problem with this because I'm British. We have a big time zone difference, and that time zone difference really fucking affects me, okay? Now, I don't know if you watched my WrestleMania Night 1 review, but all of that anger in that review was partly because of how tired I was. I'm not a morning person. If I'm tired, I'm pissed, okay? And I would like to watch WrestleMania at a reasonable time. I'd like to watch the Royal Rumble at a reasonable time. SummerSlam and Survivor Series, meh. I'm not too bothered about those. But WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble, I would love to watch them at a reasonable time. Because WrestleMania around here doesn't start until 1 in the morning. 1 in the morning WrestleMania starts. And it finishes at about, 4 a.m, half 4, 5 a.m. And it fucks me up. It does. I can't do it. I can only stay up for one night of WrestleMania. I tried to do both this year and last year. I physically could not do it because it's hard to stay up till that time of day without the assistance of stimulant narcotics. For me, anyway, and I don't do those sort of things anymore, so it's very hard for me to stay up and stay awake until that time of day. So, Nick Khan, bro, if you want WWE to be global, as you're saying, you want to include the entire world into WWE, which makes sense, then you need to rethink what you're saying, bro. It doesn't even need to be in England, bro. Do it in somewhere in Europe, Saudi, and anywhere that's Australia, anywhere that's a reasonable time for me. Because we saw how the Americans reacted when they did a PLE in Australia. They was pissed, right? We feel like that all the fucking time, okay? I don't want every year, every WrestleMania to be at a ridiculous fucking time of night, early hours in the morning, because it fucks me up, okay? I have a 2-year-old child to look after. I struggle to do that when I'm that fucking tired and I've had no sleep. So, the takes from this video: Tony Khan's trying to turn AEW into 2010 TNA. Nyla Rose, it's a tricky subject. My biases want me to stand with the state of Oklahoma and say, yeah, fuck Nyla Rose. But on the other hand, if I take my biases out of the equation, I can't defend them. Technically, it's not a scripted sport. It is a scripted sport. Sorry, my apologies. And Nick Khan needs to sort his shit out because bro, you say global. WWE is global, and you do a lot of shows across the world, okay? But Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, give us one. That's all I want. One Royal Rumble, one WrestleMania. I'll be fucking happy, okay? It doesn't even need to be in England, as long as it's somewhere where I can watch it without feeling sleep deprived. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, obviously like, subscribe, follow me on X at DCrossman25. The Power Station, tonight, 8 PM on Diabolical Tuner's channel. I think it's just me and Tuner tonight. We're going to be talking about all sorts of shit, all sorts of wrestling stuff, gaming stuff. I've not been keeping on top of gaming, so he's probably going to be a bit pissed off with me about that. But, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.